back. See who's coming in the room. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Peace. We're going to talk about peace today. I'm on peace today, y'all. Good morning, Crystal, Deborah, Linda, Elaine, Mary, Susan, a bunch of other people I can't see. That's how I know they messing with me. Because it says 10 people are watching and joined, and it's showing like 5 others. Then it says 4 in the room. That's they lying. Y'all lying. Stop lying, man. We know y'all lying. It's okay. Come on in the room. We're going to talk about peace today, y'all. Oh, shoot. I got to bring up YouTube. Hold on, YouTube. I'm being prejudiced against YouTube. Hold on. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. I'm bringing you up. Hold on. I promise I'm going to look at YouTube comments on every single video. I've been being prejudiced. Turn the water down. That's right. In this world, we can turn the water down. Water get too loud, you can turn it down. Peace, people. You gotta have peace. Beautiful peace. Beautiful place. Yes, Buddha. Yes, Elaine. You gotta have peace. It's beautiful. Good morning. Thank you for wishing us all a beautiful day, Gloria. We all wish you a beautiful day as well. Good morning, Sandra and Maureen. Good morning, Crystal and Lisa and Mike and Dottie and Fadi and Clemencia. I just want to talk about peace today, you guys. I looked at the news and I don't know, every now and then I kind of look at what people post, and I look at the things I post and how my head's working too. And every now and then you have to stop. You have to stop. You got to stop. You got to bring it down. And you really gotta do the things and think about the things that make it peaceful. Right? We live in a crazy world and it's going in an unsustainable direction. But if you don't have inner peace, don't talk about world peace. Do you hear what I'm saying? If you don't have inner peace, you're not going to have marriage peace. If you don't have inner peace, you're not going to have peace with your kids. If you don't have inner peace, you dang sure ain't gonna have no peace with if you're on the left, on the right, or the right on the left. You're not gonna have peace across any boards. People who don't have peace can't talk. They can't talk. So I do have some news queued up, and we can watch the news if y'all want. But right now, I'm kind of doing this for a minute. What y'all want to talk about? I think peace is a big issue. I think peace. People don't have anything. Who said it? Tash said soothing. You gotta have soothing in your life. You people, I said you people. I don't know what I meant by that. I drink a little more coffee. You gotta have Calgon in your life. Calgon, take me away. You gotta have like a private space, whether it's inside or in your house, in your garden, public park, whatever. I got my favorite park I like to go to, got the waterfalls, and you gotta have peace, because when you don't have inner sustainability, then everything in your life is going to be hell, and so as the world falls apart, I'm looking at all the war, and I got a lot of friends in war zones now, unfortunately, and that's going to increase because we can't seem to pull this thing back. You have to have peace wherever you are, no matter what you are doing. If bombs are falling, if your boss is screaming and yelling at you, if your neighbors are screaming and yelling at you, your friends on the other side of your political spectrum are fussing at you, you're upset, shootings happening, people running over people with rented vans. Yeah, I saw that. You have to have a sense that there is order in this universe. There is order in everything. Otherwise, nothing would be here. There is a methodical something that brings all the chaos together and makes the chaos beautiful. And you got to trust in that, right? Whatever you call it. You can call it God, you can call it soul, you can call it Mother Nature, you can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it the nitrate cycle if you want. It doesn't really matter what you believe, but I think you got to have a sense of peace that everything's always going to be all right. Why is everything going to be all right? because everything always is all right. It always goes that way. I think there was a saying that they talk about, those who, and as some of y'all know where I get this from, but those who cling to life will lose it, and those who are willing to lose their life will have abundant life, right? I think when you have that inner joy and that sense of peace that we really don't control as much as we think we do, we just get in here and we do our little bits and pieces, right? And that's why I keep going back to it, is that this is not politics. No one's talking political anything. When you want to debate about whether they want to plant some daisies or dahlias, that's political. That's when you give it to the morons who want to make deals. Right now, we're just at a place of we need to have inner peace to bring about peace in Toronto, peace in your marriage, peace in your relationship, peace in your everything. We laugh a lot, we joke a lot. I know, because joking and laughing to me is my sense of peace, right? So that's one of the ways it's okay with me, right? That's one of the things that makes it okay. We got this big family of people that are kind of coming together and laughing and staying focused on the prize, so we don't get discombobulated and by the distractions, because that's what they want. Like all of this nonsense happens to throw you off balance, to rob you of your peace, to rob you of your joy and your acceptance of this is going to be okay. Like, think about it like this. We have friends in Gaza who are out there marching. We got friends who are protesting in different places. And, how do you, as a 14-year-old, go out there and face down tanks and you got a rock and a stick? And the American government is like putting bombs in tanks and giving nukes to your enemy. How do you have peace with it? How does a 14-year-old have inner peace and just be able to, and then go home at night and do his homework, get ready for school the next day, go to school the next day, and then go back and stand in his spot and do what he's supposed to do? I think that's all we're supposed to do, yo. I think we got to have an acceptance of where we are, no matter where we are, and just do our part. Do our part based on what is true, not what is popular. And I think that's where a lot of peace comes from. But that's what I'm thinking about, is inner peace. And I try to, like, I get a lot of I get a lot of messages from people, the next thing to be worried about. And so this morning I was clicking through, and sister sent me the plastic lettuce, right? And so, yeah, there's plastic, they're making plastic lettuce, they're making plastic cabbage. It's not all plastic though. There's sometimes in the example that I was sent, actually there's an enzyme. Plants all make protective coatings, and sometimes you'll get a piece of lettuce that has a protective coating and you might think it's plastic. It's not. Plants do this stuff all the time. They know what they're doing. They know they're doing their part. They're trying to feed you, and unfortunately they do poison the food system, but you got to be okay with that too. You know what? You go out to eat and you get something to eat and it's got a little piece of lettuce on it, and you bite into your burger or you're eating your salad, whatever, it's got 2 or 3 pieces of plastic lettuce or cabbage. You're not gonna know. You're gonna eat it up. You're gonna put your salad dressing on there, which just totally it's just all GMO. But you gotta have peace with it. The wrong piece of plastic in your plastic lettuce you eat gets in the wrong spot in your gut and doesn't break down, causes cancer. You end up dying 20 years down the road. How can you worry about that though? Like, why? You know how crazy you would go if you worried about everything you put in your mouth? Like, I do my best to eat as healthy as I can, but I don't go to extreme extents in terms of worrying about it or anything. I'll grow my food and okay. So, and I'm gonna keep going. I want to look at the comments. I want you guys to kind of drive. Where do you get your peace from? Right? How do you sustain in a time of immense war, destabilization, division, and because we have to be able to tell other people, how do you maintain your peace so that you can actually have focus and you can actually look at what the problems are and come about real solutions And then if that solution takes a week, if it takes 20 years, if it takes 100 years, stay focused on that, but be peaceful with it. It may not even be in your lifetime, but you did your part. You did your part. You said the truth of what had to be said, and you kept going. Maureen says, "What I have two rivers, the Atlantic Ocean, as a cancer, need to be on the water. You have two rivers and the Atlantic Ocean as a cancer. You need to be on the water. On the water is good. Being around water is good. Hearing water is good. You know, you actually have a a a a cellular response to the sound of water. When you actually hear water, your cells become more active. They start moving around. They start dancing. They start doing the Macarena. I know that's not the Macarena. That's okay. But they actually start becoming active. They become aerated because they're moving around. You get a sense of happy, like, you know, that sense of happy when you get to the beach, or you get close to the beach and you can smell the water. That's your body getting excited, you know. Water is so important to us. The sound of water is important to you, not only your health physically and biologically, but mentally. Getting around water is very important. That's why I got the water in the background now. We can and do manifest whatever we want. Yes, Ty, spot on. We do. We can make war by being warring. As an example, I was talking on a thread the other day, and they were talking about white lives matter and black lives matter. Nobody's life matters if you're warring with the other side. Your life won't matter. That's how things are always designed. They play you against yourself. They take your emotions. Ty had a good talk the other day. We're talking about fear, you know, fear and emotions, and they take it and they make you a mess because they can scare you. And we gotta be adults enough to not be scared, to just do our part and have our peace. Because, you know, I think half the time, that's when the people who own this, all of this, and doing all the devastation and destruction and the nonsense that they're up to, the people that we get excitedly and vote for and buy the bumper stickers and the button, I voted, you know, these insane psychopaths. They're psychopathic, they're stupid, they're retarded, they're evil, they don't love people, they don't care nothing about human life, nor children, nor anything around them. But they know very well how to get you to fight against yourself. They know very well how to get you to be your children's worst enemy. They know how to get you to be your grandkids' worst enemy. You know, and that example is, again, the whole fighting somebody else who's a victim of what you are. Fighting Black Lives Matter. Fighting Blue Lives Matter. Fighting White Lives Matter. Like, I was having a good discussion with Brother Miko the other day. He was talking about Occupy. You know, why did they shut down on Occupy so quickly? Why? Why would they put such an immense investment into criminalizing these children, into getting the FBI on them, into making them terrorists? I got friends who their lives are ruined because they showed up and they just said, this world hell bent on crony capitalism is a bad idea. And my government shut them down with extreme prejudice. But you get those same kids in Washington, D.C. with Black Lives Matter signs or White Lives Matter signs or Blue Lives Matter signs. They don't care. They don't care because you actually didn't go after the cause of the problem. When you go after the big boss, you'll know. Here's a video game example. Some people use video games for peace, and that's okay. You can use your video games as an adult. That's not my thing, but that's your thing. When you get to the end of the level and the big boss is there, this might be a little outdated. I'm kind of old, so when I play video games, you had to get up to the end level and then you got to fight the big boss. The closer you got to the big boss, the harder the fight was, because the big boss is always surrounded by the dragons that are a little bigger, the dragons that are a little meaner, the goblins that are a little bigger than the ones in the beginning. When you start getting close to the big boss, that's how you know that's the big boss. That's how you know the level is about to come to an end, because that's the guy who did it. That's the gal who did it. And that's why they came down on Occupy so hard. quickly. But they don't care about anywhere else you protest. I got a lot of friends still protesting, and I'm okay with that. I'm not against people letting their voice be known. Let your voice be known. We need to know where your pains are. There go Miko. Miko came up in the house. I was just talking about you, Miko. You need to go back to the beginning. But when you actually know the problems in your world, that's when that big boss is going to react. Everybody needs to keep their peace, stay focused, right? Greed is the problem. Wall Street is the problem. And we know that because when Miko and the boys and everybody was occupied, I was just talking about you, Miko. When you guys were there, they showed their hand. They showed their hand. We know who's behind all the laws. We know who's behind all the destabilization. We know who's behind all the poverty. We know why the rent is too damn high. We know. We don't have to keep fighting to try to figure out who it is. Where are they? Where they hiding? What they doing? We already know. So we need to stop focusing on fighting other people that have nothing to do with the problems we want to go away. You want war to go away? You know who did it. You want universal health care? You know who's stopping it. You want a more peaceful society? You know who's after you. So peace, though, we got to have peace in it because we're always making movements forward, but then they'll do things because they're fantastic at getting us emotional and riled up and pushing us back to the beginning of the level. Martin Luther King came towards the end of the level. I know he was not a saint. He was not a saint. I know I was talking to Brother Harsh about Gandhi too, but Gandhi came towards the end of the level too. John Lennon came to the end of the level. JFK brought us to the end of the level. You know, when you start to realize that it's money, which is why we're here. I don't know why people call me. Then that's how you know that they shut my music down. To a place too where I'll let people kind of come in and we can talk and have these conversations. I'll let you dial in. We're not there yet. We need to work on the technology. You know, but you need to have your peace with where the world is. You got to have your peace with your life. Because if you don't have your peace, you can't help nobody else with peace. All you're doing is you're feeding into war. Like I was saying, you manifest what you are. If you're fighting, that's what you're going to manifest in our world. You're going to bring your fight out of you and you're going to put it in us. Then there's some people that are fighting, though, and they're not going to stop fighting. And you can't stop them from fighting because some people were raised to be warriors. Like I say with the kids all the time, these children are raised to fight. They're raised to be warriors. They are not raised to have dialogue. They're not raised to have this kind of peaceful demeanor. They're raised to fight the police. They're raised to fight the adults. They're raised to fight minorities. They're raised to put up walls and fight Mexicans from coming in the country. They're raised in Germany to fight Syrian immigrants. They're raised to be violent. And there's nothing we can do about those people for the moment because they're warriors. But they're our warriors, right? That's called the warrior gene. They're misguided. They're misdirected. They're raised to fight the white man, you know. But we have to be smart enough and to be at peace to accept the pain that they're trying to tell us about, but not get lost in who they want to fight. We have to be smarter than that. You know, we aren't them. We know what the problems are, and we got to stay focused on those problems. You know, we can adjust our warriors fight, guide it more towards Wall Street. And it's just in America's Wall Street, wherever you live, there are markets there also. But you start to guide it because, you know, I was talking about the other day is, you know, money's going away no matter what you want. Right. I don't know if people really embrace this. Really think about this for me, because I'll say stuff like, you know, money, you know, we stopped evolving when they invented money, and we did. But here are the facts, because I got a friend, I say we need to get rid of money and the Zeitgeist movement and Venus Project and Ubuntu. And I say, hey, well, no, money's not going away. Money, it's just, man, it's just violence. How it is. No, man was made violent. But not only that, Do you think robots want a paycheck? Like, really think about this for a minute. Do you think robots want a paycheck? Do you think they're going to pay robots? No, they're not. They're gonna buy robots, and they're gonna do their job for free. Their only cost will be maintenance, a little bit of oil. Y'all remember the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz? That's their pay. Money only exists right now because it controls you. It makes you go to work. It makes you save for your retirement. It makes you angry, makes you emotional, makes you want to fight with somebody else. It makes you competitive. It makes you raise your children to compete, to give corporations technology and one-ups on other corporations. Money is just for you. Once the robots do your job, they're not going to pay the robot. They're not going to pay you. What purpose does money have at that point? None. That's why I'm saying people, they get excited about these currencies. And like I said, I'm not against any of it. There are, if we're not smart enough, yeah, we got to do this the slow way. We're going to have multiple steps and different types of currencies, whether it's crypto or blockchain or whatever. But the reality is, if we wake up and we just swallow that red pill, vomit up the blue one, steak really ain't that delicious, and swallow the red one, after you drink a little water, because you vomit and hot feeling, throat start burning, it's nasty, yeah, and we control what comes next, or we fight to the last bits, to the end, to the bitter end, competing with other poor people because we want to have a little more than they have. And then finally, it just goes away. And we all go to live in the stacks. Y'all remember the stacks? Let me show you. Did I show you the stacks? I showed y'all the stacks. Y'all remember the stacks? We all go live in the stacks. We all get, and this is if the corporations love us, right? We don't have any money. They'll give us some wind vanes. We can have solar power because they don't want us revolting, going crazy. Not because they can't handle us. Oh, they can handle us. They'll have all the drones and the murder weapons and the metal and bombs, and they can handle us. They'll stick us over there because it will be relatives of them. Some of us will know us. We're kind of funny. Might be fun to have us go fight in an arena with some robots or something, but we really won't have a purpose for them. So money will not exist. But you got to have peace with that too. Let me go back, because this is not a peaceful picture. Go back to the Zen garden. But you got to have peace with all of it and just say, you know what? I get it now. I know what the end picture looks like. I know who the enemy is. I'm going to focus on that because that's what my kids need me to do. That's what my grandkids need me to do. That's what my lost brother or sister or mother or uncles and aunts, family, friends, that's what they need me to do. They're scared. They're not at peace. They don't have joy. They got artificial joy. They got artificial peace. They're drinking their peace. They're smoking their peace. They're running around cheating on their wife or their husband for their peace. But it's an artificial peace. It's a synthetic. It's not real peace. They need you to be strong. They need you to not demonstrate the fear that they have and just stay focused. You know what the end picture looks like. Humanity in this planet has to go through a major shift. We're going to Earth 4.0. Either it's going to be a design that works for everybody, or it's going to be a design that works for the corporations and their robot employees, which does not include us. That's what I'm thinking about. I think you got to have peace in all of this. And I have peace. That's why I laugh all the time. What a brother Harsh was saying the other day. He said, man, I watch you. He said, you make me feel high. You make me feel like I get happy. I don't know that I make people happy. I don't know about that. I think that I accidentally, maybe I met the right people where it's just, I don't worry about things. I don't, because everything always is okay. Do you think that you got this far for things not to be okay? And if things get this far on a Tuesday, happy Tuesday, brother Skip, and things aren't okay, then they're not okay. What can you do about it? What can you do? In the greater sense of things, do you actually think you control your world? Do you think you control your government? Do you think you control your president? Do you think it's always about this control stuff? The only thing you control is the limits of your life, and that's what I think that's what you need to focus on. Skynet. Yes, I said Skynet. It's a thing. Look it up. That's why I think Hollywood, they let us know. Hollywood been sold out, shut down, gone. They hate the right. They hate y'all. They can't. You don't get to be right anything in Hollywood. You even say something about some right something, they'll delete you. Facebook, I don't even know where my right friends are on Facebook. Y'all throw them all out the box. I don't even see them. I don't see them posting anything. They're sent to them, they're gone. I'm the most right person I know. But that's okay. I'm gonna speak up for my right brothers and sisters. I will, because they're my family. I'm gonna speak up for my left brothers and sisters, because they're my family too. I'm not do the ignorant sides of anything. I have peace, and I know that we're always being lied to. And I'm okay with that too. I don't know what's true. That's why I want to fight you. That's why people want to fight me all the time. I want to fight you. I'm gonna fight you. You're wrong. Black lives matter. I know it's wrong. White lives matter. And I'm just like, I agree. I agree with you. Well, come on and march with me. No, I'm not. I used to do that. I used to do that. I've organized protests. I've done speeches. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, the mug. When I was 20-some years old, done that. And the legislators look right in your face. And they smile or they cry, whatever you need the psychopath to do, they hug you. Yeah, I got pictures hugging them. And they don't care. Because that's not the job. The job is pretending that they care about what you care about. And showing up at the march and the protest with you. I'm with you. Vote for me. And not do anything. You gotta have peace with that. You gotta have peace. Because I think when you have peace with that and you know that you're camping out with the enemy, you can change. It was like I was watching something this morning. I think it was Brother Ron Paul was talking about. No, it wasn't Ron Paul. It was Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore was on Jesse Ventura, his show on RT, and he was talking about gun control. And he said some things that I didn't know. I learned. He said 90% of the people in the United States of America want some sort of gun legislation. I didn't know that. That's news to me. That's news. Now, of course, and I like Brother Jimmy, but he contradicted he contradicted himself on that one. He said 90% of the people want gun control. Why can't we have it? And then later on he said, but democracy, is mob rule. If most people want something, you can't always give it to them because most people, they don't want gays to get married. Then, you can't let mob rule. And I'm just like, no, but gun control, that's mob rule too. But the reason I was saying that is he made a great point. He said when the Democrats had control of everything, when they could have passed whatever gun laws they needed, for the past 4 years, 8 years, however long it was. I don't pay attention to politics again, so I really don't know. But apparently they had the House, I guess the Senate, they could do whatever they wanted to do. President, they didn't pass any gun control, none. And that was his point. He's like, this is not a democracy. We actually don't control. They don't care, but as soon as Trump gets in, then, we need gun control. You gotta have peace with that, because you need to know you're camping out with the enemy. You need to know you're camping out with the enemy. That's why I tell everybody all the time, if you want Black Lives to matter, you better go after the blacks in government, because they hate black people. I know that one gets me in trouble, but it's fun to say because it's true. Not all of them. I think there's some Hispanics and black folk, and I don't know who everybody black is to y'all now. Is Indian black too? I don't know, brown, whatever y'all want to come. Y'all are so invested in color, but you're camping with the enemy. These people are paid to take your emotions because they look like you. They got blonde hair and blue eyes. They're the master race and make you look like a fool. That's what they do. Because they're good at it. But you got to have peace with that. You have to understand that money drives these people too. Greed drives these people. And you can just step back. I don't really care who's in government. I don't care who the president is. Why do I care? I don't control those people. They don't control my day. Now, they can send somebody, knock on my door, take me to jail, shoot me, kill me, give me some cancer or something. I can't control what they do. Why do I care? I don't. I'm here to do my part, and whatever that part is, I'm gonna do it, and they're either gonna let me do it or they're gonna put me in a hole. I'm okay with all of that. I believe in some crazy stuff, yo. I believe that this life isn't the end of everything. That might be crazy to you, might not be. I don't think this life is the end. I think I'm just supposed to here to do my little piece. And I'm focused on my little piece that I got to do because I have peace. Not worried about being wrong. I'm not worried about any of that. I say things and get a little evidence, information. Oh, okay, I wasn't right. Okay, well, let me get right. Okay, so I'm gonna modify how I think for this, but it all brings you to a great place. Gloria said, we all bleed red. Yes, we do. We all bleed red. We're all the same people. And we're 7 billion different people. If you were still making friends and grouping up with somebody because the color of their skin, their eyes, their feet, or the saltiness of the boogers, I want to give you a hug. I do. I really do. Like if you were that perception, it's not even perception. What is that? Genotyping. If color actually does it for you, I really don't know what to I mean, I love you and you have the right to obviously group up with whoever you want to group up with. But I'm going to tell you, they're all psychopaths. Psychopaths are in all of them. They will all rob from you. They will all steal from you. Half a chance, all of them have groups of people who will rape your. And the sooner you figure that out, the sooner you'll judge people for the content of their character. And then you won't judge them out loud. You'll just judge them from a perspective of, this is somebody to bring in my inner circle because this is a good person. This person is heading in a good direction. They're not going to expose my life to harm. And then the people who will, you still love them, but you kind of put them at a distance because you can't have my peace. My peace is in my circle, and I'm not going to let you in my circle to take my peace. And if you come in my circle and you destabilize my peaceful circle, you're going to have to get out of my circle. You can't have my peace. My peace is not for sale. It's not up to you. It's not your choice. You can't have it. You can do anything you want. I sit in prison like this in my peace. I sit in prison. Okay. Learn to go inside yourself. Learn to go inside yourself and just realize all of this stuff is, I think it's all orchestrated. I do. I think the universe unfolds as it's supposed to. Brother Glenn said, everybody is turning some kind of wheel. What kind of wheel do you turn? Everybody's turning the wheel. You know, you turn the wheel, Brother Glenn. That's a deep statement. I'm not sure that I grasp the full depth of where you're going, but you turn your wheel. I think we're like, y'all remember the Jetsons, Spacely Sproggs and Spacely Sproggs and Cogswell Cogs and Spacely Sprockets. You were just little wheels, turning wheels in a machine of the universe, of nature. We're a part of something. Be okay being a part of something. No, you're not a part of the black universe. Not part of the white universe. You're not a part of the Christian universe. No, you're not. No, you're not. We're a part of the same machine. And if one part of that machine fails, the whole machine fails. You should be invested in everybody's wheels being greased. Everybody spinning how they're supposed to. Brother Glenn, I don't know if I took that where you wanted me to take it. That's where it went. You know, yes, Ty said, and withdraw your consent. Have peace to withdraw your consent. Have the peace to not care. Say, oh, well, you gonna vote? Who you gonna vote for? They got a website now. They got a website called My Vote or something where, you know, it allows people to vote in a blockchain method or whatever. I'm not even sure I still even know what that is yet. Okay, that's good. That's great. But I have peace in not voting too. I do. I have total peace. That's why I didn't vote for either of the popular presidents, because I have the peace. I didn't care who won. You know what? I wanted to go to sleep at night. You know what I did? I cast my vote and I laid down and went to sleep. And I had a good sleep that night. Oh, I had good sleep, y'all. I was drooling. It was the kind was drooling. You wake up, it's a little crust right here in the morning. Wake up in the morning. I knew my president wasn't going to win, but that's okay. I voted for the person who I thought was a good, one of the best human beings going. And I'm not saying to vote. I'm not saying don't vote. I'm just saying that have peace. Because when you have peace, then you can make a good choice. When you're scared, because you're scared of the other person. You're scared to go that direction. You're scared of white lives matter. You're scared of black lives matter. You're scared of the Christians. You're scared of gays. You're scared of this. When you're scared, that's how they make you stupid. That's how they control you. Oh, watch Ty's video the other day. That's how they control you. They get you by the emotions. No, they don't get you by the testicles, because not everybody had them. They get you by your emotions. And you can have all the PhDs in the world. If you don't have the peace to not let the monsters scare you, the monsters under the bed, the monster in the closet, the boogeyman, it's always a boogeyman. If you don't have the peace to not let that stuff scare you, then you will never make your own decisions. You're not making your own decisions. They are making decisions for you. You know what? Ty always hits on so many positive things. I appreciate all your wisdom. You made a quote. I have to go down my page. I quoted you yesterday. Said something real deep about them controlling you. Let me see if I can find it. I gotta go down. I gotta go down. I gotta go down. I gotta go down. I make too many jokes. Why did I post this much? At the time, I'm just drinking coffee. Something comes to mind, and I just, oh man. All right, so there it goes right there. What did you say, Ty? You said something about they control you. I posted. Oh, there you go. If you can't control your emotions, everybody else will do it for you. I don't think do people grasp the power in that statement as an adult? If you can't control your emotions, then everyone else will control them for you. And if they can control your emotions, they can control what you do. This is what Facebook does, y'all. This is what social media does. They control what you see, and they control your emotions by what you see. That's what all this data was about. People flipping out about the Facebook selling the data. Why do you think they're selling the data? Why do you think they want your data? It's not just to sell you ads. It's to control your emotions. Because if they can control your emotions, how you feel about things, they can control how you act. And as an adult, you should want to control your actions and do that based on factual data and be okay with that factual data, even if it doesn't subscribe to your narratives. You know, and that's what I meant the other day when I was posting about breaking news. When I say breaking news, I always come up with silly. I don't know who puts these thoughts in my head. Sometimes silly stuff comes in my head. Breaking news. You know, when you see that on the news now, I get pop-ups on my smart devices when they're breaking news. And as soon as I see breaking news, the first thing is my comes to my mouth. Oh Lord, Elite, what do you want now? What do you want from me now? How do you want me to react now? They done made something up. It's probably artificial. Half of it's a lie. You know, every time I see breaking news, okay, they want to control people. I said, what did I say? I said, breaking news, it's a call to selective outrage to trigger indoctrination emotionally, arguing before any facts are known. That's what breaking news is. They know they can keep you upset. They know you're having a bad day. If you're having a bad day, breaking news. Let's keep you. What is that martial art that keeps you off of balance? And they keep striking you and they use your strength against you. Is that Kenpo? I think my brother Sean is a Kenpo master. My brother Sean. And they use your strength against you. They always keep you off balance. They use your emotion, your passion, your love, because you love this, and they use it against you. And they keep you off balance. You never really have your strength. You never hit you over here and hit you over here, hit you with your own hand. That's the problem. They hit you with your own hand. That's the worst thing. They take your hand, they smack you over here, and you smack you over there, and you start looking over there, and smack you over there, you start looking and smack you over there. They play you against yourself. That's why you gotta have peace when the news comes out. You gotta have peace. What went wrong? You know, okay, is it judo, brother Harley? Okay, Tai Chi. I thought Tai Chi was with the sword, you know, but you gotta have peace. I think Tai Chi is more that the peace. The Tai Chi is what you're supposed to be doing on the bridge back there. You're supposed to just kind of doing your thing, doing your moves. Your life is Tai Chi. Life is Shaolin. You're just doing your moves. Peaceful. You controlling your day. You controlling everything, right? I know I did it wrong. Look at that. Somebody know Tai Chi like, what the hell is he doing? What the heck? Stop. Stop. You're doing it wrong, dummy. You know, but Tai Chi, that's what I see. This is why y'all doing Tai Chi, you know. But you got to control your flow. Control your emotions, control your anger, control your hate, control your love. You need to be in control of your day. Don't let breaking news and your friends and what's upsetting them upset you. Otherwise, you can never get there. Let me look at some of the comments to see what y'all are talking. That's what I want, peace. If a 16-year-old kid, if a 14-year-old kid in Palestine can get up every day and go face down adults with fully automatic weapons, knowing that that's not his day, he's going to get shot, and go home and play soccer, if he can have peace with this world, I guarantee, if you are watching this right now, I guarantee you can have peace too. But you gotta want to have it. You gotta want to have it. And sometimes you gotta separate yourself from the outrage crowd, right? Because we have an outrage crowd. Oh, we got them. Everything sends them off the cliff. And you see people who like to constantly jump off the cliff, the lemmings, and they go with the breaking news and whatever's going on. Don't jump with them. Let them jump. Shane said, "You love my post, brother." Thank you, brother Shane. I always appreciate that. I don't know if I love my post. Sometimes things just come to my head. I just want to see what people think about it. Sometimes I get in trouble. Sometimes I don't. But the thoughts I'm having, I think we all should be sharing. I think if we all share our thoughts more, we can kind of talk, and you know where I'm coming from, and I can know where you're coming from, and hopefully we can meet in the middle and increase the peace. Increase the peace, bring down the outrage. Crystal said, control your thoughts. Absolutely. Guide and control your thoughts like Tai Chi. We must be our own heroes. That's peace. Intentionally seeking to control your love's limitlessness. Amen, brother Miko. And that's you have to be your own hero. You guys, nobody's coming. I know nobody's coming. I know everybody's sitting there, wait, who's going to be the next politician that's going to save us? Number one, no politician has ever saved us. There are no heroes. The only person that has a cape is Ty. Nobody, Ty said Ty ain't gonna save us. So, so no heroes are coming. You're an adult. Yeah, there's monsters in the closet, down to the bed too. But you can't be scared of them. Nobody's here. No Superman, Batman, Superwoman, as fine as she is. She ain't coming. She is not coming. Trust me. She's not coming. Be your own hero. Meditate, Joyce said. Yes, you got to meditate. Find your center. Find your peace. And meditating, it's not always in front of a Buddha statue. It's not always on a moss-covered bridge. It's not. Sometimes you got to go in the closet. Sometimes you got to meditate on the toilet, right? Meditation is just finding that center and that peace in that place. And you can do that anywhere. Some people find it in yoga, but you got to find it. I used to find it fishing. Back when I used to eat meat, I never ate anything I caught. I didn't do that. It was the fish had red bumps and spots in Pennsylvania. They like to dump all Monsanto chemicals in the water. I didn't eat them, but I found my peace. I'd go out fishing. I'd get this little boat, little place called Green Lane. I'd go out on the water by myself, and crazy things were happening in my life at that time, right? Because I was going through my divorce, trying to process this idea that I'm going to be waking up mornings and my kids aren't going to be there. Like that would drive it. It did a number on me. It did, because those are my homies, And sometimes just them being there, you wake up in the morning, they start fighting and stay like, oh, you little bastard. Like, oh, I don't want to smell that, But you feel good that they're there. So I was processing that, going through also half the time. They're not going to be there. And I got to wake up, figure out what the heck to do with my life. And my whole life for the next 20 years was going to be waking up next to these little fighting snotty things, So, but I found my peace on a boat. I'd go out on the boat. Half the time I wouldn't catch any fish. But I'd sit out there on the boat, casting the rod, looking at the mist on the water, listening to the birds, people riding horses in the background, And I get out the boat at the end of the day. I didn't care that I caught a fish. I caught peace. I caught joy with the current craziness in my life at that time. Gotta find peace. And it allowed me, in this bad time that I was at, it allowed me to act how I was supposed to. It allowed me to act like an adult. It allowed me to treat this person who decided we're not going to spend our lives together anymore, and treat her like a human being, not all this cussing and yelling and screaming that people go through in divorces. You know, it allowed me to act like I was an adult instead of fuss like I was a child. You know, don't be played by your emotions. Find your peace. Superman is making chemtrails. Mary. Superman. Yeah, Superman, I guess he is making chemtrails, probably, but he's not coming. He's not coming. Superman sold out, y'all. He sold out. Y'all see, he used to land in Washington all the time. He sold us out. Superman, he works with the governments, right? No, Superman, he's not coming either. I've been going around reminding people that we are the change that we're waiting for. Yes, Crystal, we are. We're the change that we've been waiting for. We are. We. And when I didn't say we because we meaning a certain race, we meaning a political party or an ideology that always excludes other people. No, we are. We. 7 billion people. We are who we were waiting for. How many elite? All right, so 6.999999 billion. We are our saviors, but we have to find peace, and we got to stop fighting with other people who are a part of the we. How about that? Think about that for a minute. Peace is an expression of fulfillment. Serve your highest purpose, and peace is yours. Absolutely, Brother Kevin. Whatever your highest purpose is, your highest purpose doesn't have to be mine. In fact, your highest purpose shouldn't be mine. Your highest purpose, only you know. We are responsible for our own peace, joy, and mission. We absolutely are, Brother Miko. And we need to stop outsourcing it, because that's how we got here, isn't it? Isn't it? Somebody who posted that, Crystal posted adulting. That's how we got here. We outsourced being adults. We outsourced it. We said, you know what? We think we can do better with this, how corporate America does it. We think we can do better with this if we just outsource it. We outsource being an adult to government. Now you got a problem with your neighbors, you don't go solve it. You got a problem with someone who's different from you, you don't go and talk to them. You call your government. Hey, government. Hi, how are you doing? Okay. Listen, damn it. I need to do something about these damn Muslims. I don't know what's wrong with them. They eating strange food, smelling funny. They wear these ninja masks all the time. They scare the hell out of me. Kids, scare the kids too. Can y'all do something about them? Instead of just walking over and just saying, you know, you wear these cloths. They look kind of scary to me. Reminds me of a ninja. Hopefully y'all will both laugh when you say that. And they can explain to you, well, this is our faith and this is our culture and this is why we wear this, you know. So why are you wearing so much? Then someone else can ask you, a nudist can come ask you, well, why are you wearing so much? Everybody's different, y'all. You're only scared of things that you don't know. You got to insource being an adult again. Somebody insource adulting. Insource it. We can go back to being adults any day we want. We don't have to wait for our brother. We don't have to wait for our sister. We don't have to wait for our parents. Because some 20-year-olds out there got more common daggone sense than the parents got. We don't have to wait for them to be adults. They can look at you as an example. Insource being an adult. Insource solving your own problems. Insource doing your part, and stop waiting for people who don't like you or who don't care about human life to do your part for you. Let's go back to being adults. Peace isn't a result of a mode of operation. It's not the result of a project either. Not anything external anyway. Ellen, divorce can also be like a new birth, a new life. Yes, Crystal, it can. Mine was. Woo! Mine was. And it's not that we weren't good people, both good people. But some people are not supposed to be together. Some people too young to be together, you know. So life is just what it is. You know, the spice in the season of life is that it's always changing. Life would really suck if it stayed the same. And it's not an anti-marriage thing. I'm not going there. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying changes come. And I believe in change. I believe that change is supposed to come. I believe in progress and conserving. I believe that you're supposed to progress at times and you're supposed to conserve at times. And I think it's a balance and it's methodical. If you can, you know, the whole progressive movement and the conservative groups, If you know when to do what, it's like notes, you know, so methodical. You can make music with it, beautiful music as a species evolving. If you don't know when to progress and you don't know when to conserve, it gets you in a lot of trouble. A good example is you know, when it balance, we can make music of the planet, or we can make the noise we got now. If you're always progressing, you end up with GMOs, vaccines, things untested, things that are coming into question. Plastic lettuce, trade deals and trade agreements. Big billionaire make the billionaires richer to screw up the world even more. Don't know when to conserve. Yeah, maybe we need to kind of keep some guns here. Not all. Can't give them all away. Maybe this government thing isn't so great. Maybe we need to conserve a little bit. Maybe we shouldn't always give them all the power. Maybe this colonizing thing isn't the best thing. Maybe we need to conserve a little. Maybe we need to. Maybe our grandparents weren't so dumb. They weren't as progressive as they needed to be with technology. But maybe they had wiser ways of doing things. Maybe we should talk to people and not text each other all the daggone time. You know, maybe we shouldn't go full steam ahead with AI and robots. Maybe we need to, you know, maybe the Mennonites got a point. You know, it's not that I'm gonna give up electricity, but maybe we need to methodically go forward musically and not just rush into everything. And maybe that'll give us a little more peace. I expected the chemtrails to say, F you on Earth Day. Yeah, Sharon, I think, Sharon, a lot of people still don't believe in chemtrails, and so they won't say that. You know, you have to go out to the university websites and actually read about this. You got to listen to the CIA whistleblower to know that, yeah, they're spraying it, and you got to have peace with that too. I mean, it doesn't mean don't speak against it and don't say y'all shouldn't be doing this and stop stop changing the climate. You know, but you got to have peace with that, because what are you going to do? I'm breathing in aluminum right now, I'm sure. Aluminum is very prolific. Now, aluminum dust isn't, you know, in the forms that they spray it, but you got to be a piece of it, because at the end of the day, being scared of it, that's how they control us, right? I show I'm scared of this, then they can use that, my monster under the bed, to control me and get an emotional response. They can't have my emotions. My emotions are not for sale. They're not Wall Street. You can't have them. Not gonna have them. I need my intellect to constantly be where it needs to be. Otherwise, you're driving my life, and I'm not interested in you living my life. I want to live my life. Let me see. Fadia said Palestine is a casualty of World War I, World War II. The British and all of Europe didn't want the Jews in Europe, and they allowed them to invade Palestine and take over their land. That's the truth. It is the truth, Fadia. A lot of people aren't willing to take that in now. A lot of people, you know, they don't realize that this is a land grab. They don't realize it's a home invasion. They don't realize that they're doing really horrible things to children over there. But the good thing is, I think social media is changing that. I think it's making it more obvious to people that they shouldn't be doing that. Yes, and it's not the Jews, because it was the Jews back then. It's not the Jews, it's the Zionists, right? It's not a religious group. It's a political group. You know, these political people who are trying to steal land, they're trying to colonize and grab more land, they have to be stopped. It has to stop. Not only does it have to be stopped, they have to be pushed back, because it's wrong. Home invasion is wrong. You don't go in anybody's house and take over their living room and start rearranging it. This is my living room, you know, and that's common sense. That's common sense, Fadia. But, you know, people, they're not willing to accept that because they're scared. Right? They're angry, they're scared. Their emotions are used because they're scared of Muslims. They're scared of Arabs. They're scared if the United States doesn't have bases everywhere. You need to be okay with that. You know what? I'm actually okay if Russia runs the world. Why do I care? Do I think Putin is any different than Washington? No, actually I don't. I don't think they're any different. Do I care if the Democrats or Republicans run my country? No, actually I don't. I don't think they're any different. They don't control my life. And the minute they want to control my life, they got to take my life. Those are the only options they have. I got peace with that. You don't get to have my emotions, my control, and my fear and my anger. All you can do is take my life. Putin has no right to tell me what to do. as a human being. Washington has no right to tell me what to do as a human being. The Democrats don't, the Republicans don't, the right doesn't, the left. None of these people have any rights. I'm going to live my life the way I want to. And if they don't like it, then kill me. Those are your options. Hopefully, though, they do it. All my friends are like, oh, you know, they killed the brown ball dude. Yeah, it started a revolution. Nah, that's probably not going to happen. I'm okay with it. And you should be okay with it, too. If I get some kind of crazy lung cancer tomorrow and I die, y'all say, you know what? I'm okay with that. Gerard, he was a good guy, said a few smart things, a little silly, laughed a little too much, didn't shave as much as he should have, but he was a funny guy. They killed him. That's what's supposed to happen. He talked about bad people. Bad people killed him. Okay. Keep going. Don't start a revolt over me. Be okay with it. Be okay with it. Have peace. Now, don't say it was a good thing. Don't say, oh, yeah, they got him, bastard. It's a bad thing. Bad thing they killed Gerard. Bad thing. You know, but you got to be okay with it. They killed Martin Luther King. They killed JFK. And I'm nowhere near that. Nothing like that. They killed Michael Sterling. Killed Seth Rich. They killed all these people. That's what they do. They're killers. Why are you going to be upset about people doing what they do? That's what they do. The Clintons murder people before lunch every day. That's what they do. They got to make billions of dollars. How do you think they make those billions of dollars? They don't make it on making little lunch boxes and feeding kids in Haiti. They make it murdering people. Be at peace with that. So you voted for them. Okay. Be at peace with it. Like, dang it, I made a mistake. You know what? I messed up. Voted for Trump. Oh, I messed up, made a mistake. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to change my decision, but I made a mistake. I didn't realize that this was that person. We're in a bad world. We got nothing but bad options. I'm going to do what I can so that next time around we got better options. How about that? I'm not going to let them get me upset and push me to the side. I'm not going to let this, what is this lawsuit? I'm not going to let that lawsuit push me to an extreme side. I'm not going to let a guy driving a truck in Toronto over people on the sidewalk. I'm not going to let that make me okay with a police state. I'm not. I know that's why they're out there. How they turn the police against citizens is through Wall Street. I might let that get me upset. I know who you are. I know what you do. When people show you who they are, believe them. When people show you that they're psychopathic murderers, just don't vote for them. When the political parties show you that they will murder everybody on the planet to get what they want, don't vote for them. Just walk away. You can be okay. When the Republicans are okay with some of gosh, I need new words for this. Some of the people with lighter skin living in extreme poverty all over the country say you don't care about America. It's obvious the Republicans don't care about European Americans at all. They don't give a damn. We know that because it's cranking out the numbers of the white nationalist friends we have, right? Because that's what's supposed to happen when the Republicans starve them and tell them the immigrants or somebody else did it. That was supposed to happen. You know, when the Democrats bombing and killing every brown person on the planet they can find. If you're brown, that's it. If you have brown skin and you live around some oil, you live around some minerals, some coltan, you know what? If you got light skin and you're living too close to those things too, they will destabilize your country and they will murder you and they will starve you because they don't care. No, brown lives don't matter to them. They hate you. You're stopping profits from coming in from Wall Street. Your rights are. They got to take your rights. So they get you upset and they get you on the wrong team. Somebody gave me an example a while ago. They said, you know what? If you're in a foxhole and y'all are fighting the enemy, you're fighting, you're shooting, you're in the foxhole fighting. And you turn around and you see the guy who's supposed to be shooting that way too with a gal, and she's like sharpening the knife, looking at you. Shing, shing, just get it, shing. You know, kind of poking it in your belly a little bit. No, it's not sharp enough. Shing, get it nice and sharp. So when she touch you in your arm, blood come out. Oh yeah, sharp enough. I can stab you now. And they're about to stab you. You might be on the wrong side. You just might be on the wrong side of this thing. If your political party is doing everything they can to destroy the future of your children and your grandkids, And you can obviously see it's not because they're bad people, but they actually, their job is to take the rights away from your children. Their job is to take your rights. Their job is to sell your rights on Wall Street. So nobody's life matters. You need to accept that. Don't fight it. Don't say, no, but the monster on the other side of the bed is scarier. No, no. That monster's paid to do the same thing too. Have peace with that. Say, okay, I can step away. Because I think when you have peace with that, you can accept what's true. And when you accept what's true, you can do what's right. And the more people who do what's right, the less problems we have on this planet. The sooner we can take things back and build a planet that's friendly to human life. Not these little selective outrage, emotional guilds of morons fighting for resources on a planet that has plenty to give. We just refuse to let it do that. Joanne, what you talking about? Good morning. Head of the police UK is Credencia Dykes. Credencia Dykes? She's not even a copper. She's a behavioral scientist expert. She also is the one responsible for shooting innocent Brazilian bloke on tube after London bombing in 2011. You know, Joanne, I don't know a whole lot about that, but I like the fact that you have a police commissioner or chief, whatever she is, who isn't a politician. I think that the whole politic thing, I think, is corrupt. I don't think politicians should be in place. Like, I was listening to something the other day, and they were talking about how the prime minister of France, what's his name? I forgot his name. He's stupid, man, because he's bombing in Syria. Now, mind you, it's weird kind of bombing, because they told everybody to get out the way, and then they blew stuff up. Can't figure that out. I'm glad for that, but they're still stupid to do it. But that he wasn't a career politician, and neither was Trump. Trump was a reality TV host and a realtor. I'm okay with that. I think we're done with politicians. I think that if you are a political science major, you should go be a rock scientist. I think if you're a political science major or you're a lawyer, you should take up rockology. What is that called? Rockology? It's not rockology. What is that called? The people who look at the rocks, I think y'all should go look at rocks for a little while. I think that we need politicians who are just regular people. I want stay-at-home moms being politicians. I want homeless people. I want teachers. I want normal people who are going to have to live with the laws be the ones deleting the laws, not making them. We don't need to make no more laws. We're done. We're done with laws. Laws are the opposite of freedom. We don't need any more laws. We need to start deleting laws all over the place. Not regulations, is a different thing. Regulations, see, corporations, when you have too many regulations, they can't make money. So they want to delete the regulations. That's what the billionaires want to do. I'm saying deleting laws. Laws restrict freedom of people. That stops them from thriving too. A corporation wants to thrive on money. A human being wants to thrive on freedom. And that's what the laws are the exact opposite of. So if you're constantly voting for legislators and you're cheering them to write new laws and you're not actually solving your own problems, they're taking freedom, right? May not be a freedom you want to do, but you're taking somebody else's freedom. And what do you think they're going to do when it's their turn to get back at you? They're going to take your freedom. And so is your freedom, their freedom, your freedom, their freedom, your freedom, their freedom. Where do you think that ends up? If you constantly take everybody's freedom, where does that end up? Nowhere we want to be. Our last couple comments, and I'm gonna go. Yeah, Macron. That's the guy in France. Gotta be okay with it. He was another Hillary, very obvious from the beginning. Okay, yeah, I don't know who these people are. Like I said, my day is happy because I really don't care nothing about politics nor politicians. My political stance, which is not a political stance, don't kill people. That's it. What political party are you? Don't kill people. What side are you on? Are you murdering white children? Then I agree with White Lives Matter. Are you murdering black children? Then I agree with Black Lives Matter. I don't agree with them. They're isolated approaches. That's stupid, but they're right. Are you murdering police? Then I agree with Blue Lives Matter, right? My stance is don't murder people. Don't take away their freedoms and don't take away their right to breathe oxygen. And if you don't do that, then I really don't care. That's my stance. And if you do that, I can't support you. If you do that to one person, I can't support you. That's it's that simple. Because to that one person, that life was everything. You know, I think we got to be very simple. Uh, Law is a mutual contract without withdrawal consent. Thank you, Ty. We can't consent anymore. We all have to just walk away. Like this, the whole system stands up on us believing in it. Money is a thing because we make it a thing. We agree with this. You know, Wall Street runs our government because we refuse to blame Wall Street. And the people who did, again, Occupy Wall Street, the minute they blamed them, you see what happened. They magically, they didn't have no money for healthcare. They didn't have no money for you. They didn't have no money for the poor. But boy, the printer presses started going. They had the bullets. They had the co-opting people, pay people to go in there. The FBI act like they're with those kids, get bad things happening. They always got money to come against you. And I think that you should have enough peace with that, that you can stand against that. But if you don't have peace, then you can't actually focus on who your real enemy is. And you can't fix anything because they control all your emotions. They control everything you do, and they will use you to make this planet a worse place day after day after day after day. So anyway, this is Gerard. It was good hanging out with y'all this morning. Just think about peace. Always don't let nobody touch your peace. I'm sorry. I missed Jamie. Jamie's over on YouTube. Jamie, what'd you? Activists, not politicians. Yes, we have to be activists. We need people who don't want to be politicians, actors, not actors in reality TV, but people who actually want to act and do something. Not just talk about doing it and then sell that right to Wall Street, but actually act. And that's why we can't let politicians exist as a profession anymore. It needs to go away. It's got to go away. It's got to go away. Have peace with that. If it doesn't go away, if it's going to stick around for, it's eventually going to go away. Because people want freedom. Eventually it's going to go away. It'll happen in our lifetime. Our kids won't have to do it, or it won't happen in our lifetime and they will have to do it. But the longer we wait for this to happen, money's going away and politicians are going away. But the longer we wait for this to happen, the more violent it's going to have to be to make it happen. The more robots our kids are going to have to fight for it to become a reality. So why don't we just accept the final picture and start living lives now to make that a reality? Stop consenting to the nonsense. Stop consenting to the outrage. Stop being selective. Stop grouping up in a tribal little group like you're a coyote or a lion or whatever animal that only has a visual acuity for determining the character, and rejoin the human race. That's all I got. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all to death. Bye-bye.